got everything laid out on this handy dandy cart from Eastwood. If you don't have one, this is probably one of the best things I've bought so far for working on everything around here. Not too much to it. So you have control pack, got the all-weather cover on it. Interconnect wiring, it looks like. Sorry about the lighting. I have zero lights out here, and this is a headlamp. So I'm trying to do the best I can with that shadow. Fuses, brackets, like the main relay control panel, some zip ties, and that's about it. It looks pretty easy. The unit we're working on is a 2022 CFMoto UForce 1000 XL. All that matters for everybody. Went ahead and started looking around. Now, if you pop the hood, and I don't know if that's technically a hood, but that's what I'm calling it. Pop the hood, it's almost as if, get your shadow, that spot right there was designated for it, and I'll show you. Alright, now we got a little light on the subject. I'm talking about right here. Put that relay box right there. But let's find something to clean that out with real quick. Oops. Might have got that in my coffee. Alright, so what I was saying is it looks almost as if this was the thought process behind there. To me, it just fits right in there perfectly. Slide it over, and you got that. Got access to it if you need it. So you can just put it right there. Pretty much be good to go. I'm gonna slide it over in a little bit so the both legs will be able to be screwed down pretty good, but I think that's gonna be it. So I think the next step is remove this, take that off, and then we'll be able to remove what wiring's already in there and connect it there instead. Alright, let's do it. I forgot to make sure that lug fit over the stud. Damn it. Redo. In case anybody's curious about what I'm doing, this heat shrink is about 4:1, which means it shrinks four times its size, so it'll get really small. It's just a touch too small, but that means you can also stretch it. Let me put you on my head and I'll show you what I'm doing. Alright, so it was originally too small. So what you do, just get you a pair of needle nose, stretch it just a little bit. Don't do it too much because it'll break. I'll slide over. And now you can shrink it down. It goes back down to its normal size. Okay, so alright, So now we've got the box mounted. We got the power for the light bar rerouted, trimmed down, and got this ground stud. As you can see, it's just a bolt through some plastic and bolt it down. And what you'll do is you'll take a wire and connect it from there to an actual negative source. So the battery or the frame or the negative on the winch. I haven't decided where I'm going to go, but once you do that, then that's your central grounding spot, and you'll be able to use that a lot, or for a lot more items. And the idea is just every time I need a new accessory, the power can just go here, and then we'll reroute the ground down to the ground stud and keep it all together and nice and tidy. But the last thing under the hood is the power on accessory wire. You just got to find a fuse that supplies power with the key on, and we'll tap that using the supplied fuse taps. Then clean up the wiring a little bit, and everything under the quote-unquote hood will be done, and we'll move into the cab and mounting the control pack or the control panel. Alright, so everything under the hood is done for the most part. Now we gotta get the old switch out and find a place to mount the new control panel. I'm planning here, and you can use a bracket or double-sided tape, but I don't like either of those options, to be honest. So I'm gonna try something a little different. If it works, you'll see it. If it doesn't, you'll see a bracket there. Well, after one look, I think you're going to see a bracket there. I've got to get this off. There's a couple screws under here, and that should pop off, and that should give us access to all the wiring and whatnot. Now, we haven't tidied up everything under the hood because I'm going to use the wiring that's controlled to that to pull the interconnect cable for the control panel there, so I don't have to go do all that trouble again finding a route. So you'll see that shortly. Alright, so we got everything ran, connected. In theory, this should be good to go. Turn off my headlamp. Let's give it a try. Sweet. Let's see, everything's working. I wonder one thing. Oh, okay, cool. So it looks like it'll revert back to however you had it last. So if you got stuff you want turned on every time you turn the key on, you can do that. Let's turn off all these. Let's say we want, I don't know if we don't have them right now, but we have them in a box, clearance lights. So if I want all my clearance lights to always come on every time I turn the key on, well, let's try it this way. So every time you turn it on, it stays, but let's try with the key. Ah, perfect. So you gotta turn it on every time, but it saves whatever you had on and off the last time, every time. Sweet! Looks like it's gonna be good to go. No problems there. All we got left to do now is run that ground wire for the ground terminal, and then the light bar will work, and then I think only thing I have left to actually wire up is clearance lights. So that'll be done. That's it. It works. Easy. Alright, everything's done. Got the ground stud wired up right there. See this wire right here. Let's see, right there. Yeah, I added that 8 gauge wire there. It's connected to this bolt, which is connected to the frame. I tested ground, made sure it was a good circuit. It worked. I put the other side on the bottom of the wire, or the bottom of the stud, to give me more room. So that that ground right there you see is for the light bar. And that's the last thing I have hooked up. But now, that light bar works. Good to go, guys.